In this video, we are going to learn how to create manual synchronization processes for metadata. On the app's main screen, we select Manual Sync within the Metadata Sync section. This window contains all the different kinds of metadata we can sync. In the top menu, we can choose between organizational units, programs, datasets, data elements. This element configures the data flow direction. It is possible to push data from this instance to the remote instance, or the other way around. Receive data at this instance coming from the remote instance, which needs some additional configuration. However, for this tutorial, we are in push mode. The local instance is the origin, and the remote instance is the destination. Now, let's select the metadata that we want to sync and click on the Sync icon here. The metadata synchronization window appears. It is a guided process with 3 steps. Select dependencies, instance selection, and the final summary. Let's take a look at this first screen, which is about the dependencies of your metadata. If you use the default configuration, MD Sync will include all dependencies. But if you select the manual configuration, it shows this list with all dependencies for that metadata. The properties you want to sync appear on the right side, and the properties that you exclude are on the left. Let's click on Use Default Dependencies again and go to the next step. Here, we are going to select the instance or instances to push data to. For the instances to appear in this list, they must be created before initiating the process. In this case, we are sending data only to one instance, which is here on the right panel. In this section below, we have some advanced options. You can read about them in the text documentation. We will leave them in the default state and go to the final screen. This summarizes all the operations involved for the synchronization that we just created. There are now 3 options. Save as a sync rule. Download the JSON. This downloads a file that contains all the necessary information to run the synchronization that we have just defined. You can then manually import the file to the destination instance at any time. The option below is the one to start the synchronization process. Let's do it. We get a success status. It went well. There is also a summary. And if we want, we can take a look at the JSON response from the server. This same information is available on the history section. On this screen, we have a list with all the attempted metadata synchronizations, and we can review the summary and detailed responses. History is particularly useful during complex synchronizations, where it might be easy to lose track of what is done and what is missing. You can learn more about metadata sync in the web documentation and in the other quick training videos.